Hello, everybody, and welcome. Before you check out the newest of the fancy sip reviews that I have uploaded to my YouTube channel, I have to start off this video sadly with a trigger warning. I seem to have made a mistake when reviewing this video, and I completely forgot who the character of Mega Man was. I seem to have read Blue Bomber on the can and for some reason confused him with the completely different character Bomberman. Now I know Mega Man shoots rockets out of his hands, and I know Bomberman sets bombs on the ground that explode. And outside of that, they don't really have much in common, but as these are tertiary Nintendo characters who people don't really remember, I seem to have accidentally made a mistake. So while you're watching the newest of the fancy sip reviews, please do not be too harsh in judging me for not knowing this somewhat popular Nintendo character who's probably more popular in Japan than he is in America, but for some reason people like the character. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching the video in which I call Mega Man Bomberman multiple times, and I hope you enjoy this video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review, I'm once again going to be trying another product made by the popular Long Island-based energy drink company, G Fuel. The drink that I'm going to be trying today is going to be inspired by the Nintendo character Bomberman, and it's taking its name from his nickname, the Blue Bomber. This drink is going to be the Blue Bomber Slushee, and I do think that the name of this drink is giving me some good hopes. I am a man who used to like drinking slush puppies before going and playing laser tag at the arcade as a kid. And I am excited for this drink. I mean, I'm drinking this ice cold, so it will be reminiscent of a slushie, not a slush puppy, as that name is copyrighted. Now, with this drink, even though I am excited for this, I am wondering, is this drink going to be a blast to drink, or is this drink going to have me changing hands to another person to finish this off, like the Blue Bomber himself is known to do? Change hands, that is. Now, even though in the past I have reviewed a lot of G Fuel flavors, most of them have been pretty good. One of the issues that I have with these drinks is 300 milligrams of caffeine is kind of a lot. This is not a drink that's supposed to be used for fitness enthusiasts, and it's not loaded with, beta-alanine or carnitine or anything that's really useful for working out. This is just a very strong energy drink that I'm sure in the future parents are going to look back on this and kind of feel dumb that they went after Prime instead of G Fuel when this is probably twice as strong as Logan Paul's drink. And this is definitely marketed towards children, whereas, at least hypothetically, the Prime drinks could say that they're targeted towards influencers. This is a Nintendo branded drink aimed for kids. But even though that is kind of a negative thing, I will say that G Fuel does make under 300 milligram drinks, and they are pretty tasty. Now, what is in this drink, you are probably wondering? Well, let the fancy sipper tell you. In this drink, in the nutrition facts, one can is 16 ounces. You're getting 0 calories, 60 milligrams of sodium, or 3% of your daily amount. Nothing else. It's 400 milligrams of potassium, 4%. Vitamin C, 45 milligrams, 50%. Niacin, 4 milligrams, 25%. Vitamin B6, 25%. Vitamin B12, 25%. Zinc, 2.2%. What is odd with G Fuel is that most of the times energy drinks are just going to load these beverages with a lot of B vitamins as they're incredibly cheap. Well, G Fuel doesn't even spend the money on the B vitamins, so it's pretty much just going to be sweet caffeine. But let's see what the ingredients are in this. Maybe it has something good in it. Carbonated water, malic acid, sodium gluconate, natural and artificial flavors, citric acid, vitamin and amino acid blend of L-tyrosine, vitamin C, sodium ascorbate, L-theanine, zinc, glucinate, niacin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, caffeine, potassium beta hydrobutyric, potassium sorbate, it's a preservative, potassium citrate, sucralose, that's your sweetener, acetylphane potassium, green coffee bean extract, and green tea extract. It's going to be an increase in caffeine there. Turmeric extract, tart cherry, blueberry, broccoli, and kale. So at the end, they are throwing in some vegetables, although it's the last drink on the can, so it means that there is less vegetables than there is green coffee bean extract. So, I mean, that's not great. But honestly, this is the Blue Bomber energy drink. This isn't like a legitimate pre-workout. This is just a pop figure can that will go on your shelf if you're an influencer who wants to get sponsored by this brand. So, I mean, it's everything I have to say about this. I don't really know much about Mega Man. I always thought that he was kind of a character for nerds. No offense to people that like Bomberman. You know, you got your Mario, you got your Sonic, you got your Link. Bomberman kind of falls a little bit below them, but above characters like Blastro and Gex the Gecko and Glover. He's just a little bit better. He's like Animal Crossing tier, but without the fun gameplay. I will say that the Bomberman Game Boy Advance games where they had little tiles and you could move around attacking people, those games were fun. I do like those tactics type games. I don't know what those specific type of games are called, but who knows? I don't know much about video games. I'm not going to go on and on about video games. You're here for the energy drink review, and let's drink this drink. There we go. We got the little Bomberman over in the fancy sip cam area. We got my 16-ounce drink, barely fitting 1/4 of the new and improved fancy sip glass. So let's first see how this drink smells. How does this sit in the nose? Does this smell like a blueberry slushie? It is cold, so it feels like some ice drink, but let's see. What I will say this smells a lot like is when you get those, you know, those generic sweetener type things that are in sodas where you can't really explain what the smell of it is. Kind of smells like that. Like if this is supposed to be a blueberry, it smells very candy-like. I mean, this drink is going to be the Blue Bomber Slushie, but I don't know. It smells very candy-like. It smells more like they were trying to go with a candy flavor, and then they probably had too many candy flavors, so they went with the slushie. And the Blue Bomber Slushie, I don't know if that means something in the game. It might. But let's see how this sits in the mouthfeel. I'm not going to fully drink this yet. I'm going to let this sit in the palate, let you know what notes I'm going to be picking up. Is it just going to be sucralose? Probably. But let's find out together. All right, what I will say is it tastes a lot like artificial sugar with an extra artificial sugar. So the initial taste that you're going to get, the base notes, are that of an artificially sweetened beverage. Now, what is unique about this is after the initial wave of artificial sweetener, you get hit with a different artificial sweetener. I don't remember what the two types of sweetener is, but there might just be one. It might just be such a unique tasting sweetener that it tastes like two different drinks. But let's actually review this drink. Let's not let this sit in the mouth feel. Let's see how this drinks if I were to go on an all-night gaming rampage. I think they just released a new World of Warcraft expansion pack. Let's pretend the fancy sipper is trying to grind to level 60 or whatever they're currently at. I know they went back because the level became like 120 and they had to go back on that. But let's pretend I'm going to drink this and play games all night. Let's pound this and see how it tastes. I don't know. What is weird about this drink is that it's very hard to recommend it to people who aren't collecting the energy drink cans. Admittedly, I did buy this for $1.25 at a Dollar Tree in the ghetto. And I was thinking to myself, usually the G Fuels go for like $2, $3, and they're usually pretty tasty. I will say I can understand why this drink was sold for $1.25 at the local Dollar Tree. In terms of artificially sweetened drinks, if you were to buy a Monster with no sugar, a NOS with no sugar, it still tastes like what the drink is known for. I mean, a Monster with no sugar will still taste like a Monster. I mean, that 40-year-old boomer meme where he's drinking those while he's barbecuing. I mean, people like that drink. What I will say with this drink is it just tastes like pure caffeine with like artificial sweetener, and there's nothing unique about this. This doesn't taste like a slushie. It just tastes like artificial sugar with a lot of caffeine. There's one thing that I did forget to do in this review. Usually I do this before I open the can, but it slipped my mind. Let's show off the can itself, though. Over here on the can, we see the Blue Bomber, who is Mega Man, a character who's been around forever, but I don't believe has ever gotten a movie or anything like that. Here is the infographic that these energy drinks make for lazy people who aren't going to read the ingredients they're putting in their body. It is saying that there's 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is too much. No calories, no sugar. I mean, it's artificial sweeteners, but no artificial colors. That's true. This drink is going to give me energy, focus, endurance, and reaction. I mean, those are all the same things. Those are all just reactions to your body getting caffeine. So here's the Bomberman. And, or not Bomberman. Mega Man. Bomberman would have been a cooler character, honestly. I don't know why Bomberman's not popular. He's kind of like an outdated gaming character like Worms and Worms Armageddon. So there's the ingredients. That's everything I have to say about this drink. Look at this drink, one more sip. Maybe, waiting a couple seconds. I don't know. Let's try one more sip. I don't know. I just can't really recommend this specific flavor of G Fuel. Usually G Fuel's pretty good, and I'm usually supportive of things from Long Island. I think that the dark blue energy drink that was discontinued in like 2017 was pretty good. I'm a big fan of 1-800-Flowers. But I can't really recommend the G Fuel Bomberman flavor unless you're buying this just to put on a shelf, as I already went over. It just tastes like, I don't know, at that point, just pour coffee. I mean, honestly, that's probably healthier for you. I mean, all you're getting is a lot of caffeine with an artificially sweetened taste. Doesn't taste anything like a slushie. But, G Fuel makes a new flavor every month, and they go after collectors, and, they can't all be hits. So what will the Fancy Sipper be giving the Blue Bomber slushy flavor? I'll give this a, 3.5 out of 10. I mean, it is sweet. Doesn't have sugar in it. I mean, the positives are going to be It doesn't have sugar in it. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I can go with. Flavor's pretty subpar. The drink doesn't taste very good. And I've already made this joke about Mega Man changing hands, but this drink, if I wasn't going to finish it myself, would be changing hands to a friend to finish off. So I have been the Fancy Sipper. Thank you so much for watching the Fancy Sip review. I've reached 1,000 subscribers, and I make about 3 to 7 cents a day off this channel. And I'd be nowhere without my Fancy Sip fans watching this video. Some of them leave comments, some of them leave likes. But either way, thank you for watching my channel, and goodbye. Cheers. Clink.